Today's video is full of rearranging, organizing, and even some cooking, so stay tuned. Before we get into all of that, I want to share with you guys this set of ceramic pots and pans that was sent to me by RedChef. This is the GoFun Pro 5-piece 2050 set. It includes an 8-inch frying pan, a 10-inch frying pan, 8-inch saucepan, an 8-inch silicone lid, and a removable handle. Ceramic cookware has been very popular here lately. It's not something that I had tried yet, so when RedChef reached out to me, I was super excited about trying this product. Because this cookware is ceramic, it is 100% safe. It is made without any of the harmful chemicals, so you can be encouraged knowing that this is non-toxic and completely safe for you to use for your family. All right, so one of the things that I really like about these pots and pans is that they stack. So if you are short on space, these are a great space saver. So you've got this little pot right here, and then you've got two different size pans. And like I said, they just stack nicely in each other. So the cool thing, and I was like really unsure about this to begin with, but it comes with a handle, and this handle you use on each pot. So the way it works is you grab your pot, and then you just kind of hook it right there on the side, and then you clamp it. And when you clamp it, it's on there. Like, it's not going anywhere, okay? Not going anywhere. And then to release it, you have to push this button and pull. It's a little bit awkward to begin with because it kind of takes a little bit of effort, but I think that is a good design because you won't accidentally unlatch it while you're holding the pot when it's hot with food in it. But it actually does work really well. You just kind of have to get the hang of it. I have used several of these at one time and found that it's really easy to move from pot to pot with the handle while I'm cooking. It hasn't been a big deal. So that is pretty cool. And then it does have a lid, and it's got the little opening right there so that you can still attach your handle, and everything is great. My favorite thing about these is they are completely non-stick. I have not been able to make anything stick to these pans, and we have tried. We have put cheese directly on the pan, all different kinds of eggs. We've done hamburger meat. I fry chicken in these things, and nothing sticks, which is great. So you can see I'm just kind of cooking a few things so you can kind of see how it works. I'm pretty sure my youngest son has used them every day for the last 2 weeks to make some kind of egg or burrito concoction. Make sure you check the description box below if you are interested in these. I will have all of the information listed there so that you can find out where to purchase them. This cookware set features the most advanced ceramic rock technology for its interior, making the ceramic inside the pot and pans more durable than regular ceramic cookware. The exterior and bottom of the pots and pans are also crafted with ceramic, which is a significant feature that sets them apart from other ceramic cookware on the market. This characteristic allows these pots and pans to be safely used in dishwashers, making them easier to clean and resistant to staining. As you can see right here, I am wiping this down with just a simple, damp paper towel. That is it. I didn't do anything special, and it comes completely clean. But again, you can also throw these in the dishwasher, which you will see here soon. The other thing that I wanted you guys to see is that I put some barbecue sauce on the outside, and it wipes off really easy. This pan was still really, really hot when I did this. It didn't try to burn. It didn't try to like stick to the surface. It just wiped right off. Now, the only thing I can't really speak to about these
particular pots and pans is the longevity of them, because I simply haven't had them more than just a couple of weeks. But I will tell you, I was extremely skeptical, but have been completely won over. We have literally used these every single day since they have been in our home. I also really like the size of this set. I feel like it's a great starter set, and the price is right too. So again, make sure you check the description box for all of that information. These are also compatible with all types of stovetops. This was an easy cleanup, so now we can move on to all of the other rearranging, decorating, and organizing that I'm going to be doing in today's video. Alright guys, so I'm in the dining room and I've been working on some things. These are things that I'm not quite sure where to put. I had them kind of stashed. It's like pillow covers and things like that. Right here, I'm working on a plate wall that is not done. Obviously, it will look a whole lot better when it's not on wallpaper, but you know, gotta start somewhere. These are not normally gonna be stacked, but that's what it looks like right now. The main thing that I wanted to show you guys is that I'm getting rid of the buffet. So you can see right here, there is not a lot of space between the buffet and the chair. And to walk through there is just not ideal. This has been one of my favorite pieces. This is something that I found on Facebook Marketplace years ago. Like I said, it is really and truly one of my favorite things, but it just doesn't work in this house. Also, I don't like that it is in front of the window. Makes the curtains look weird. I mean, obviously these curtains don't look great with my wallpaper either, but anyway. So I've made the hard decision to get rid of this. Now though, I'm having to figure out what to do with all the things in here. So the reason I'm doing a plate wall is because I've got all of these dishes that belong to my grandmother, and clearly I don't have place for a china cabinet, so I've decided that her plates are going to go on the wall. And then I've also got 4 more of the like smaller ones, and they'll kind of fit in those little holes, make that look good. And then her serving pieces, I've got a lot of her serving pieces in here. I've got all kinds of stuff in here, but the truth is most of this stuff just does not get used regularly. So I'm having to make hard decisions about what to keep. Now this drawer is super functional for us. It's kind of become like a small tools kind of drawer. We've got like tape and measuring tapes, screwdriver, staple gun, things for hanging pictures and stuff, which has been very handy, but it's all gonna have to move to the garage. We don't have room for a junk drawer in the kitchen, so that's probably the most functional thing in here. And then down here, you can see I've actually been working on this. I was able to clear this out. I have my platters in my pantry now. Down here, this is just kind of randomness. I've got candles, I've got my Christmas picture frames, the little ornaments that I do every year. I don't like to store those in the garage because of the pictures. Then I've got some organizers that we're not using in this house that I need to do something with. So what I'm going to be doing is there is a cabinet up above the fridge in the kitchen, and I'm not going to show it to you right now because it is full of liquor. The people that we bought the house from, they just didn't clear out that cabinet, and it is full of liquor. Like I opened up the cabinet and I was like, whoa, I don't even know what half this stuff is. So I just left it there because I kind of wasn't sure what to do with it. I'm gonna have to figure out how to dispose of it. But now that I really need that cabinet for all of my kind of, you know, serving pieces that I don't get to regularly, I get that job. Today though, all I'm gonna be doing is pulling everything out and kind of getting it in some kind of tote or something so that we can get this out of here and free up some space. And then I'll probably just kind of show you where things landed once it's done. I can't do it today, but I'm gonna clean it out today because we need to get the buffet out of here. Several days ago, I shared that I was going to be getting rid of the buffet. That is gone. I still have not
put everything away. I still have to clean out the cabinet that all of that stuff goes in. Everything is still kind of hanging out right here in these boxes. But it's just because I've been super busy trying to finish up school for the year. I just kind of shifted my priorities around. And then over here, so it is going to happen, just not yet. Over here though, I did find a place for a few things. This little table I picked up at the estate sale next door. I plan to paint it. It kind of houses our little vacuum, and then I've got just like a tray here with some little pretties and some napkins. Keep in mind, y'all, this wallpaper will not be here forever. But in the meantime, I found some chairs, new chairs, not new chairs, but new to me chairs for this table. These are still very sturdy, but I don't know, in this house, I kind of just have been wanting something different. I don't really want these chairs anymore. I also feel like they stick out really far from the table. New chairs may do that as well. That's not really my main issue. I really have just been wanting all 4 of the chairs to be the same. And these need a paint job. And so I figured if I'm gonna have to paint chairs anyway, I might as well see if I could find 6 chairs that match. So my husband is about to be home with new chairs. So I thought I would just kind of show you how this is looking. I did finally finish my plate wall. So excited with that. I can't remember if I talked about it already, but since we don't have a china cabinet or a buffet, I hung up my husband's grandmother's everyday dishes on the wall. I'm super happy with how that turned out. So, it's kind of hard to film in here, but this is how everything looks. And then when I come back on, there will be different chairs in here. Keep in mind they need to be painted. The new chairs are actually gonna match this wallpaper pretty good. All right guys, so new chairs are in, and I was right. The chairs match the wallpaper, which is hilarious because obviously I think this wallpaper is terrible. I do like the color of the chairs though. One of them is white. They've been chalk painted. I'm sure I will repaint them. I may go ahead and just paint this one to match these for now, just until I kind of figure out what I'm gonna do. But these things are solid. Like, they are super heavy, very nice. They're not without blemish though. 2 of them are missing, like this little piece right here. I don't even care though. Like, I don't even care. We'll figure out some way to kind of fix that up. But yay for new-ish chairs. All right guys, so we are actually several days later. I had to kind of switch gears with some things. This right here is the cabinet that I'm about to empty out. Now I told you I'm not going to show you what's in there. I'm not going to show you guys the process of me doing that because I think I've already mentioned this, but just in case, the people that lived here before us, they used that as a liquor cabinet and they didn't clean it out when they moved out, and then I found it kind of recently. So I'm going to get up there, I'm going to get all that cleaned out. It's actually really dirty too. You can tell they had stuff up there and then didn't really use it. So also you may notice, I'm going to kind of flip the camera some, see all this, we used to have those like boxed in lights and we've taken some of that down. We are going to be starting on the kitchen sometime soon, and we're going to be getting new lighting, which is going to be great because it's actually really hard to film in here because we have those fluorescent lights and everything is yellow. So I'm going to get this done and then I'll show you guys what it looks like. All right guys, so here is this cabinet. I finally got it cleaned out. It's so far, like, here's the front of the fridge, goes all the way back, and I can't really even reach in here. So I had to get my sons to get all the stuff out for me because I couldn't reach it. What that means is that this cabinet is really not going to be functional to me at all. Like if I get on my tiptoes, I can grab this and pull it, but I'm not going to be able to like put things there and be able to get to them easily. So what I've decided to do is basically put things in cubes so that I can just kind of pull it, leave it here on the fridge, and then I can get out what I need. These are some dishes that I was planning to put in the attic. They belong to my husband's grandmother. I don't have a place for this soup tureen, but I think it's beautiful. And then here's some extra plates. I do have a lot of the plates on my wall, but then I have these thoughts like, what if they break? What if something happens? So since I've got that cabinet and it's not going to be super useful, I'm just going to put that stuff in there. And then I'm still just kind of working through the rest of this stuff in these boxes to figure out how to clear this out. All right, so this is done. Got this bin. I don't know if it's going to focus. All right, so in this bin I labeled it. I've got clear bowls in here. And then in this one I labeled it, and it is those white dishes. And then right here in the middle, I've got some bookends that I don't have room for right this second, but they're not something I want to part with. And when we redo the shelves in the den, I probably will have a space for them. So I've got those just kind of tucked right there. Right here, I've got my Christmas ornament picture frames. I don't like to store those with the Christmas stuff because they go up in the attic. So I like to keep those inside because they're pictures. And then I just have a couple of placemats thrown up here. So nothing major, but it's going to keep me from having to store some things in the attic, which is a win. I really wanted to store like my cake plate and my trifle dish and stuff like that, but I just don't think it's going to work. So this is it for this cabinet. All right, so here is a look at the dining room minus the bins. So I'm so excited. Obviously we still have a ways to go, but progress is being made. I know I've already shown this in this video, but these are the chairs. I'm leaning towards white on these chairs because obviously they need to be painted. Not in a hurry though. That's kind of my motto for everything right now. I did change out the curtains. These are just temporary. We had these curtains in our other house and I really liked them. The buffalo check ones I like for this house, but they just clashed so bad with the wallpaper. These are like awesome with the wallpaper, but they look better than the buffalo check for now. So I figured I would just hang those up, and then once I get the wallpaper down and the room painted, then I can put up the other curtains. I also want to get a new curtain rod at some point. But anyway, progress is being made.
I am switching gears completely and showing you my pantry again. So when we moved in, I kind of did my best to use things that we already had. I was trying not to purchase things. And the pantry functions, but I just know that it can be better. So I finally had the idea that I needed to get some more shelves to go in here down on the bottom. So that is what I did. I got some new shelves, and you will see here in just a minute that I was able to make all of this so much better.
All right, so pantry update. How many at this point? All right, so I'm gonna kind of give you guys just kind of an overview real quick, and then I'll kind of tell you what I did. So basically all of this up here stayed the same for the most part, only now this spot right here is empty. And this spot right here isn't as full, which is a good thing. This in the back corner, that's not as full either. Down here, most of this is the same. And then what I did is there was a shelf. One of these shelves went right here. So I moved these up to make them all go all the way across. And that left all of the room underneath. Now, one mistake I made is I didn't realize I was also going to be able to get this black shelf in here. Had I realized that, I would have gotten black shelves for these two, but whatever, it's fine. So down here I was able to put dog food, trash bags down at the bottom. Then right here, this one is just a bunch of like paper goods. And we've got unopened bags of chips, and then got potatoes, onions, and then just some extra drinks. Right here, I was able to add my big giant cutting board on top. So we've got things like bread, things like that right there, and then my tiny crock pot. And a couple extra things are just kind of there in the back. Down here, this is just kind of for overflow. We've got some extra baking supplies. Some are opened, some are not. The ones that are open, they wouldn't fit in my canisters. And then down here, I moved my KitchenAid, and then just kind of some extra things down there. There's still some room there, which is nice. And then down here, this is the same. I've got drinks, and then my husband's lunch bag, and then my son's lunch bag, and then everything else is pretty much the same. This feels a lot better. The plastic drawers, I tried to make them work. I didn't want to buy anything to put in here, but sometimes you just have to buy stuff to make things work a little bit better. So that's where we're at with the pantry. Alright guys, so I have done some rearranging in here. I have had the hardest time getting appliances and like things on the counter in a way that made sense. So I finally moved the Ninja toaster oven air fryer thing. I moved that and put canisters right here. Also, can we just appreciate how ugly this wallpaper is? And y'all, these things are so gross. This is all changing very, very soon though. Anyway, so I like this, and I have room now to put like a mat when we're drying dishes. So that's nice. And then up here, I moved my coffee mugs that I like to look at. I had just kind of some knick-knacky stuff there. It wasn't really serving a purpose, but I needed a place to put my cute mugs, so I moved those there. And then over here, I did just pull my KitchenAid back out of the pantry. I liked it on the counter, and I figured out what to do. So I put the KitchenAid back here, and then we have our microwave, and then just a blue and white bowl for fruit. When we get the lights redone, we are going to have another outlet installed, so this cord isn't going to stretch across. We're also going to have a pretty backsplash put in, so all of this is going to change and be so much prettier. But in the meantime, I just wanted everything on the counters to feel not too cluttered. I wanted it to feel functional. So this is how this is looking. Over here, I'm kind of down to just this one little thing of utensils. And then over here, I just have some things that I need when I'm cooking. And then one of the biggest changes is the coffee bar. It's no longer just a coffee bar. I had the coffee makers in the middle, and then I had like a mug tree with my mugs here, and then the blue and white canisters right here that have coffee in them. And I just decided to make this a place for appliances because we need these appliances out. So I moved big toaster oven over here, and the coffee makers are there, and it's functional now. So we will see. I'm thinking about putting a shelf up here of some kind, but I also just don't want everything to get super cluttered. So we shall see. So for those of you that have appliances on your counter, just know that you're not the only one. I mean, I've got a microwave on my counter, and we're not going to install one in a different place. It is just going to stay there, but we need a microwave. And as much as I don't enjoy that big thing right there, everybody in my house really enjoys it, so it stays. It's just how it is. It definitely helps though having some of my pretty blue and white stuff in here, because these are just some of my favorite things, and they are going to stay out because they make me happy. And they also are all very functional.